kicking up dust on a rick house floor. Charred oak whispers we can't ignore. Stories in the mash, fire in the grain. Raise up your glass, feel that bourbon flame. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're bourbon legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. From Kentucky hills to the neon lights, we're talking small batch days and whiskey nights. Tasting the past in every pour. Gonna carve our names on the distiller's door. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're bourbon legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. Raise 'em high, feel the fire. Clinking glasses, lifting higher. One more toast to the ones before and the legends we're making forevermore. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the rick house walls to your front row. Every drop a story, every sip a crown. We're bourbon legends, come gather round. Come gather round. Come gather round.
Hey everyone, it's a Thursday. You know what that means? Means there's going to be a drinking game tonight. I heard that on good authority. Uh, so if you don't have a pour, go get one. And I'll give you a hint. Yellowstone. Yellowstone. Anyway, good to see everybody out here tonight. Haven't been to the comment section. I know Matt Carter's in the house, Jeff Castle. Who else? Roger Randall's in the house. Imagine that. Mike Bortner. So it's good to see all you. And of course, one of the highest ranking on our Facebook page. He's like a top contributor, Mr. Martin. I like boobs cocks. So everyone, get your pour. This is going to be a legendary show. We don't call ourselves the Bourbon Legends for anything. So call your friends, call your mama, call your kids in if they're 21 or older, because you want to watch this show tonight. Isn't that all right, Roger?
I'm ready already. I've been
Hell, we've already pre-started this mother, haven't we?
yeah, I'm staying on brand, having a Yellowstone pre-made cocktail. If you haven't tried these guys, you got to try them because they do an old fashioned, Gold Rush, and an espresso.
You know what?
And
If I would have got the memo, I would have had one, but
well, you know,
no one sent me the memo, man.
nobody sent you the
Roger, how
memo.
hot was it at your house today?
It was so hot that I baked a loaf of bread inside my mailbox.
You know
It
what?
rose and
Honestly,
everything.
it was that hot. I remember in the 1980s when we had our heat wave here in Arkansas, which this one is right there with it as far as that one in '80s went for like 15 straight days in July over 100, and then it had a cold front that came through, and probably kept it 98 or 99 for about 4 or 5 days. Then back in when August hit, it went again. So I think right now at my house, I'm about 9 days straight of 100 plus. Today was the hottest at 106.7 FM radio. That's right, folks. You're listening to the Rockin' Tunes here. of the bourbon. No, it was hot. But I can remember back in the 80s, everybody was cooking eggs, out in the sun and all that BS. So yeah,
I'm
it
serious.
was
I put
hot.
a small loaf of bread inside the back of the, because I got that big brick mailbox,
Yeah.
and I put it inside there, and it rose and baked.
Not only are you the damn mayor of your neighborhood, but now you opened a damn pizzeria.
Yeah, I can bake bread right there in the front yard. Come on,
Yeah,
let's go.
yeah. All right, let's get to this. We got two guests on here you may have heard of, you may not have heard of them, but if you haven't, you will after tonight. We have Mr. Stephen Beam, who is currently in Mexico, right?
Absolutely. Jalisco with tequila.
Jalisco. Are you not drinking tequila tonight, though?
No, I'm drinking Yellowstone. So
Okay. And Mr. Stephen Fante, who knows where Stephen's at? Do you remember Steve and Roger? They used to have this. Where in the world is Carmen Santiago or something?
Yeah,
They should do that for Stephen Fante because nobody. He's in North Dakota one day, and the next day he's in Chicago. And what the
yeah,
heck?
we have a where's Steven? It's like where's Waldo?
Fante Finder.
Fante
Fante
Finder.
Finder. Well, gentlemen, I am very proud and privileged and just excited to have you guys on the show. I knew it was going to be a terrific show before you guys started talking, but when we were backstage, I'm like, we got all these questions. I think, Roger, we might just have to throw them out and let's just bullshit.
Well, that's what we're best at.
Well, I've heard y'all going. Y'all were pretty good at it, actually. No, but seriously, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you guys on. I think we're all going to be in for a treat. Uh, so let's just get started, okay? Uh, I am going to actually get started by doing this. I teased all these people at the front. So when you hear that word, Yellowstone, we all have a drink. Now, guys, since you're new to the show, I just want to tell you, you don't actually have to swallow. It's kind of like Bill Clinton when he said he didn't inhale. You don't have to ingest. It just
Well,
depends.
Fonte and I both tell you, we don't ever spit the bourbon when we're tasting barrels. We're drinking the barrels. We're not.
You're not one of those.
We don't have the spittoon. No,
You're
that's
not
why
a
we draw the line
teetotaler.
at 25.
You're not a teetotaler.
No.
You get out there and you really get with it.
Yeah. No, why
Funny,
we're not going to waste good bourbon.
funny story. The first time we started this little group with our other co-hosts, they all came over here to my house and we were shooting a few videos. And next thing you know, those videos went from us being totally sober to like totally snockered. And those were some of the best videos. And it's like, why don't they ever have me over? Roger's like, have me over again. I'm like, no, I know what happened last time. We
Well,
could hardly talk.
if you've seen Fonte and I's commercials on our Yellowstones,
That wasn't tea in our glasses.
yeah, that started out. We were right even kilter, and it got a little bit funnier as we went on.
Well, now here's the thing, Steve. I can tell you're a good actor because when I was watching those commercials, I'm like, this Stephen Beam guy has like no personality. He's just like.
It was
Then when you
so
started
hard,
talking, I was like,
so hard.
okay. Well,
They- they're-
I told Roger, I said, I love those commercials. Those are classic. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know how many you guys cut or how many that I've only seen two myself, but
we
you're
did them
onto
at the
something there.
distillery all in one day, and it was. I can't wait till the bloopers come out because it was so damn hard to sit there and go whatever. And we had such a good time, and all of our guests at the distillery were there watching it, and so it was really a good time.
Now, how
And
long of a shoot? How long of a shoot day was that?
it was about 10
12
hours.
hours? Yeah, 10, 12.
12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all have to Uber home?
No, at distillery's home.
Yeah. Yeah, we slept
At,
there.
le-
Yeah,
at least
that
that
is
night
home.
for sure, huh? All right, let's get to the serious questions here. Yeah, for
All right.
at least a minute or two. You've
It,
probably heard these a million times, so if you have, just act like it's the first time. But
I've
Steve,
heard that before somewhere. I don't know. But
Oh,
yeah, and for the audience or the people who are watching this after the fact, when I say Steve, we're talking about Beam, and when we say Steven, we're talking about Fante, right? Just to
correct.
just to
Yeah.
clear there. When we talk about Roger, we're talking about Roger. All right, so Steve, you have distilling bloodlines on both sides of your family, from the
Right.
dance, and then of course the beams. But you didn't start out as a distiller. You started out in the landscape business, right?
Right.
So
So I'd always
what
been
made you
interested.
come back?
So I've always been interested in plants all of my life growing up. I had a greenhouse when I was like 14. Um, and actually, when I was in high school, I looked around for a distilling course, distilling curriculum at colleges, and there weren't any that I could find. Of course, there wasn't internet back then. I'm talking about just out of the Stone Age, but there was no internet. But I could not find any distilling, you know, curriculum courses, programs, and so I went to my dad and I was like, Dad, would really like to be a distiller. And he was like, well, most of the master distillers now are chemical engineers. I said, well, that's not going to happen. So again, landscaping was or landscape architecture is what I chose. I'd always been interested in horticulture. I felt I knew, of course, when you're 18, you know everything. You know that.
Oh
18
yeah.
you know
oh
everything.
yeah.
So I already thought I knew enough about horticulture, so I thought I'd learn about landscape architecture. So studied landscape architecture, and that is what I did for the first 25 years of my life. But I always was returning back to the distilling because I grew up around the business, but not in it. So aunts,
Right.
uncles, everybody was in it.
Granddad.
And my father had gotten out of it.
So talking about plants, I saw you had some nice was it oranges or was it lemons? I can't remember what you had on your deck there. You put it on
Yeah,
Facebook the other day and you had a watering system set up and everything. So
yeah, yeah.
you're
So
in
I
the
have.
perfect area to do that and actually get produce off of it.
No, sorry about that.
Hey, Rooney. Oh, that was Char.
And then that's Case. So Case, come over here. It's okay. So I tried to get in the quietest room of the house, but they're doing some work out here, and whenever anybody goes by, Case lets me know that there's a stranger in the house. So,
Well, I'll tell you what, when you hear the word Yellowstone,
About time.
or you hear, sorry, I mean, you can always say the word too. It's not just up for to us. Or if you hear a dog bark, you have a damn drink too.
or I'm
Really?
in Mexico, so if you hear the rooster crow, there you go again.
Any wildlife, if any wildlife is making a noise, have a drink.
But
Oh boy,
no,
I
so
know
I
this
grew up
next
around,
one.
and I'd always wanted to be in the business, but it wasn't the right time. Back when I was in college, I graduated college, got looked into it, but at that time, just the distilleries still had to have a government gauger on site. It was all geared toward the large distilleries. There were a couple small distilleries, but basically all geared toward the large distilleries. And so, but I kept coming back and coming back, and eventually, the internet came around, and you go, and your dial up, and but we're able to find some things, and but
So what you're saying is, Steve, is this kind of like a bad rash? You could just never get rid of it.
not at all, not at all.
Well, that's good. We're glad that you did because otherwise we wouldn't have Yellowstone whiskey to drink. Was that better, Stephen?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Now you don't have to wait so long to say Yellowstone.
Yeah, but we got to watch it because my dad's going to think that all I'm doing is drinking during the show because he's watching and he don't drink. So
Well, I tell people I only drink when I work. That's it.
that's why we're working 24/7.
You know, one night on this show, the topic came up about drinking and working, and we said we started thinking how many jobs are out there other than distiller or distillery jobs. Can you legally drink on your job?
Right. I mean, it's
And
it's requirement, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
right for you guys, but like if I drink on my job, I'm going to get fired. But if I was a priest, I could drink on the job.
there you go. I forgot about the priest. Yeah.
See, priests could, and I can't remember who all could drink while they were on the job, but
Vineyard
uh,
managers, vineyard people who work
vineyard,
in the
yeah,
winery.
Yeah.
yeah.
Winemakers.
What happens when you get four Catholics together in the same room? You find a fifth.
Ah.
You
I
sure
have
always
not heard that one, Fante. I've heard all the dad jokes before, but that one I have not.
See,
Oh,
he's pulling up new material. He's got new
Yeah.
material. Oh Lord, Roger, let's try to get us on the straight and narrow, huh?
oh, hold on, but I got somebody that's got
Got
on
a
and
question?
no,
Okay.
well, no, it's more of a comment.
Okay.
And if I can get it to, oh, there it is. They had
They said Yellowstone.
They said
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. So there we go.
Ooh, I tell you what, it's going to be a rough morning. I've got a feeling.
So, Stephen,
Just
I
a
know that you travel around the country and do this, and you've been doing this for years, telling the story of Yellowstone,
Mhm.
and it's always fun and interesting because, again, as I told you guys before the show, you have a aura whenever you walk into a room. I
There's a
don't know what I'm
dog
doing.
bark.
There's a dog bark.
Dog bark. There we go. But it's like that is there still things that whenever you tell the Yellowstone story that surprise you that come up whenever you're talking to people or they mention something to you that you didn't oh I didn't know that and
Always learning. In this industry, in all the industries that I've ever been in, it has been an always learning experience. Coffee, tea, bourbon. You never get to the point where you're so knowledgeable that there's not something that comes at you that you've never heard before. And yes, frequently there's somebody that says, back in this day, my dad, my mom, they worked over at Taylor and Williams, and this one was over. Yeah, when you're hanging out with the people that I hang out with, the Freddie Johnsons of the world, the Bernie Lubbers of the world, and then you get an opportunity to hang out with Craig Beam and his wife Nicole, and you start picking up some Parker stuff, and yeah, it's always something very unique, and it brings it all together that this industry is so damn cool, and it's such an honor to be in it. That a Kentucky boy born and raised like Stephen Beam, the unfortunate Trinity High School grad instead of Saint X, but I still like
I'm
him.
just saying, who's the boss?
God bless you.
No,
So yeah. To
Let's say
answer your
Yellowstone or
question,
something fun.
we get a lot. As Steve is always researching, the background of Yellowstone. He's always trying to find the new nugget of information. Uh, all of that stuff over at that California winery that is in the space that Yellowstone used to be in on 7th Street. He says, "Go get that sign, Steven. Go get that. It's like 72 foot tall and 45 foot wide. Just go put that in the back of your truck and come home." And it's not there anymore.
Nope,
And
it
you
was
know what?
gone. It
We
was
were all
gone
looking
before we
for
were
it,
there.
but by gosh, we were looking for it. We wanted to put that out in front of the distillery.
I did. And
So
it's probably melted into Pepsi.
Yeah, you know it is. Yeah,
But
Now,
and
smelter.
I actually, when I went over to the old Yellowstone distillery site, and there was this water tower, and it didn't really look that big from a distance. And I was like, oh, I want to bring that water tower over to Yellowstone.
Sorry, Wally.
Finally got access to the site, went over there and looked at it. It's like, holy shit, that is like a regular water tower. There's no way that thing's moving.
Oh, that's a whole city water tower.
Yeah, it is huge.
you'd had to do that like Johnny Cash built that car one piece at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question
I'd
for you,
still be moving on it.
Stephen. Now, you had mentioned in that last question that you were in the coffee industry, tea industry. Now you're in the whiskey industry, right?
I drink a
Uh,
lot.
yeah, apparently so, right? Uh, but you guys knew each other prior to you coming to work for Steve, right?
Sure. I went into Mr. Beam's Beer Nose Pizza there and hadn't seen him in years. Went in with my mom, sat down and we reconnected. You know, he just left us. The Fante family just took off to Purdue University and just forgot
Well, you
about
guys
us.
moved.
Hmm.
They moved
Whatever.
and didn't tell me.
Yeah, well, I
Sorry
didn't like
about
the
it.
move. Dad chose the house on Browns Lane. I didn't want to move to Browns Lane. I liked Hawthorne.
I was like, you
Wasn't
weren't
my
there
fault.
anymore. So, it's like, okay, you go away. People move. Don't tell you that they moved.
But
I was 7.
the story I hear though is like he asked you 3 times, Steve, for a job, and
Probably more
uh,
like 5.
Yeah,
oh,
he was
5.
he
Oh,
was
I was
like,
just beating the
he
shit out of
wouldn't
him.
go away.
So you're basically saying you hired him just because you could, if you can't beat them, join them, kind of thing.
Well, he wore me down. Yep, I'm telling you. So and actually, it's like he wouldn't leave. He just showed up at the distillery every day, doing
Just like
When I got
those.
fired,
you know.
I still came to work.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, I've been fired
Mm.
more than once.
yeah. He's
Can you
like,
imagine?
that's not
Oh,
gonna stop
I
me.
can't imagine them firing you.
You're gonna
Just
have to
keep
do
coming to
more than
work.
that.
That's the motivation here. They just keep coming to work.
Yeah, and the
Can
Yeah,
first
you?
they ain't
day
gonna
he
say
came,
anything. What are they gonna say?
the first
Not
day he came
the
I
to
can't
guy's
work.
work.
working. What are we gonna do? We gotta pay him.
First day he came to work in a
Suit and tie.
I was like, what the hell are you gonna do with that, Fonte?
I want to sell some whiskey. To who? You're in Lebanon.
Like,
Uh,
take that damn coat and tie off at least.
hey, I mean, at least he showed up for work.
Well,
Think
He
about
did.
nowadays, you can't get anybody even to come to work,
No,
and now you
Fonte,
can't get it. You can't get rid of him.
yeah, Fonte is old school. He is working 24/7. You go out to a rest. Shit, we were driving back. We were driving back from a meeting in St. Louis, and I needed gas, so I stopped in this little gas station out. If you've ever driven from Louisville to St. Louis, there is nothing in between there.
You're in
There's
That's
Southern
nothing.
where
Illinois.
that's where Roger lived
Yeah, there's
previously.
Yeah, I
nothing
was
there.
born and raised down there.
And we stopped at like one of the only places where you can get gas. So we stopped in there, and here I am pumping gas. And I look over, and Fonte's gone. And there's this little liquor store adjacent to the mini market gas station. And Fonte's over there selling Yellowstone into this liquor store. And I had to go. I
Yellowstone.
went over, signed bottles. Oh, it was crazy. He's on 24/7.
You're saying that he could sell ice cream to an Eskimo.
Oh shit! He could sell, iceberg to an Eskimo.
Oh Lord,
Yeah,
that's good. Not
but
everybody can do that.
not.
do you know
You know.
I'm
why
not a
Steve
salesman.
Beam? Do you know why Steve Beam doesn't leave his truck on the lot on the weekends at the distillery? He's afraid I'll sell it.
And it will be the best truck. You will never find a truck
It's a
like
cream puff. Only driven to church on Sunday.
Ooh.
It's owned by a master distiller. We'll even put your name on
We'll
it.
sign it for you.
Have it
Master
signed for you.
Distiller of Yellowstone.
Oh, hey,
Wait a minute.
Hey.
Hey,
fill that tank with
small,
Yellowstone.
small,
Oh,
small sips. Remember, this is a marathon, not a race.
There
we'll
it
be
is.
good.
You
You ain't
know,
raced with us.
I
I
tell
know.
people
Well, I've heard.
I only drink when I work. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah, that's it. He said that earlier. Come
Yeah.
on, Craig.
I know. Well, they were telling us in the backstage area when we were back there having, cocktails and tall tales and everything else, that you guys were doing what, going through barrel picks or going through barrels for future picks, and you
Right.
had to stop at 26,
25. You went to
25.
26. We cut it at 25.
Yeah,
Okay.
we went to
Well, yeah,
26. We were.
I think we had 26 over at Old Glory that night or
Yeah,
that
there you go.
afternoon.
Over our limit.
Yeah, over beverage from Yellowstone bourbon.
One of those
See,
little
I
half
said it and
pints.
nobody even took a drink.
Oh, God bless you. The little half pint bottles that are taster bottles.
Oh, the 50 milliliter bottles.
That's good enough. There's 300 of them sitting on his dining room table when I walked into my suite for the winter time. He says, Fante, we got a project. I looked over at the table. I like, hey, you got a drinking problem or something? There's 300 bottles of whiskey on that table. Well, we got to
We
eliminate at least 25 or 50. Well, it's 250th anniversary. We got to get rid of 50 of them.
Yeah.
Well, let's get started.
Yeah. So we did. And
So this
we
is
were
for the
tough.
250th bottle you guys came out with,
That's
right?
what
Isn't
it
that
was.
awesome? Awesome.
And
Okay,
at
and it
100
is an
proof,
awesome bottle. And I'll tell you
bottle and
guys
bond.
locally, if you're around the Little Rock, Hot Springs area, they still have a few bottles left at 5 Star Liquor down in Hot Springs.
Sweet.
Teresa let me know, and she sent me a picture of it tonight. They sold all their pick, but she says we actually have a few of those bottles left. So anybody's looking for one of those,
I
give
got a
her a
cousin
holler.
over there.
Yeah. Beautiful bottle, beautiful package, fantastic whiskey. Like Fonte said, we already screened them before they were picked. So, it's gone through a double process of picking. It's a great product. Really proud of that. Really proud of the package. 250 years. My family's been here since actually the dance 1636. So,
Wow.
yeah. And now
You
I come to the US in a vehicle with Jalisco license plates. That's a whole nother story, but
so speaking of the old timers there that came before, you're seventh generation, correct?
correct.
Distiller on your family, but you're not a direct descendant to James Beam. That's a different branch, right?
Correct. Except my
Right.
dad was James Bean, but he was James P, not James B. So
Gotcha.
different one. Yeah.
So going back and doing a little research, your grandfather was minor case, right?
Great grandfather.
Okay, great grandfather. Now
Correct.
I read, and I don't know if this was wrong or you correct me here, but is there some yeast strains that you guys use at Yellowstone that go back that far?
Absolutely. So what happened was my uncle Toddy, who was Toddy's Liquor. If anybody's been to Bardstown, there's Toddy's
Oh
Liquors.
yeah,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
been to Toddy's.
My uncle Toddy was the original Toddy. It's out of the
Huh.
family now, but he was the original Toddy, and he was Booker knows best man. So we're all together, and but he had minor case, his grandfather's uh, yeast jug on his bar in the basement, where all those guys used to play cards, and when he retired he donated it to the Oscar Getz Whiskey Museum in Bardstown, Kentucky. And if anybody's not been there, if you're
Go
out
there.
in Bardstown,
Okay.
it's definitely worth a visit. But he had donated it to the Oscar Getz. So it went from his bar to the Oscar Getz, and it sat in a case at the Oscar Getz from the 1980s until 2015-16. And but I had always heard, being actually, and excuse me if I jump around a lot. I do this even when I haven't been drinking. But anyway, but I knew, like, from landscaping and plants, that they had started palm trees from seeds they had found in the ancient tombs, right, in Egypt. So I was like, well, if they had done that, maybe we can get the yeast out of this jug that had been on Toddy's bar all this time. It's been sitting in the Oscar Getz for 20 years. So we tried it. First time was a fail. We tried it with another yeast company. Then we tried it with the master of masters, and you guys know this guy, Patrick
Oh
Heiss.
yeah.
Firm Solutions, Wilderness Trail, and he was like, "Okay, give us a try." So we tried it. They were able to get the DNA from the yeast, and from that DNA, extrapolate. I don't know. They did something with bacteria and all the yeast, way above my pay grade. Wait, remember chemical engineer? No, but way above my pay grade. But they were able to find that yeast, and then it was in their inventory of yeast that they have, multi thousands and thousands of yeast strains they have, and it had been indexed from when my grandfather had worked at other distilleries, and so we were able to reproduce that yeast, and that is the yeast that we use in all of our bourbon today.
Wow, that's really a great story. That's probably the best yeast story I've ever heard. Because Fante, most yeast stories you hear about aren't good. People go to the doctor for those infections. But now the second best yeast story may have been the one about Jimmy Russell, where he kept some in his own personal refrigerator.
Right. Well,
The proprietary yeast.
Yeah.
well, master distillers, that was the thing. And you would bring Guy was my grandfather, Minor Case's son. So the yeast jug went from Minor Case, who had worked with David, no, not David, Jack Bean, who was early times. So the yeast probably goes back to early times. So he had come, and my grandfather Guy used to keep it, and Dad told Fante the story of, they did, no, Uncle Jack, my dad's brother, told Fante the
Yeah.
story. So Guy would bring that yeast jug home and put it in their cistern, to keep it cool. And
45 years
nobody,
at Barton's, Uncle Jack.
yeah, was allowed to go near that cistern, or they would wear your ass out. That's what.
I bet. I mean, that's a big part. I mean, if you've had it for that long. Now, how long do you think that went back? Did you say
I
to
honestly, I know it had to go back to Jack Bean, who was Jacob, the original Bean's grandson.
Early
So
times.
yeah, it goes way back, and it goes, when I started with Yellowstone, I was able to go talk to Buddy Thompson. There you go, Yellowstone.
you guys were slacking a little bit there.
Yeah. So Buddy Thompson was with Glenmore, who owned Yellowstone from 1944 to the 90s. And Buddy was the last of that Thompson family who owned Glenmore. And went and talked with him. And it was a great honor to be able to talk with, these legends in the bourbon industry. And he said, there were no secrets in the bourbon industry. He said, because all those beans, we'd get together at Thanksgiving and they gave everything up.
Little turkey, a little wine,
Yeah,
little
it was,
bourbon.
and it's true, because there you go, at Yellowstone. But
Well, he didn't
No,
even say Yellowstone, but thanks, Steve, for saying it.
we have heard this from other people, other guests that we've had before. We had Lisa Roper Wicker, who lives
Lisa,
right there
yeah,
in Bardstown, and she goes, if I ever have a question or I have something I pontificate, I just walk down the alley and I can ask a few beams, a few other people, and
Right?
she says they'll answer the question. She says they'll tell me, "Hey, look at this and do this," and I started laughing. I said, "Did you say beams?" She goes, "Yeah, there's a few that live around down here down the alley," and I was just like, it was again, it's that culture you have. It's the same thing that
It is.
goes with
And
has gone for years.
people talk about, Yellowstone. I almost said Yellowstone, but I
Yellowstone.
did say Yellowstone, so here we go.
It's a half drink.
But why a lot of the myth around bourbon is that it had to be made in Kentucky. It does not have to be made in Kentucky. It's a U.S. spirit. Anywhere in the U.S. can be made. But after Prohibition, it kind of concentrated for bourbon in Kentucky, and that's where all the institutional knowledge was. People had been out of the industry. People got out of the industry, got out of it, but our families stayed in it, and we were able to. That is where our side of the family, of the Bean family tree, is the ones who you've not heard of, and that was one of the things that pushed me to get back in the business. But Minor Case and his younger brother Joe, they were the people. If you ever heard of a bean other than at Jim Beam, that is our family. 68 different brands. After Prohibition, Joseph went, and his sons and my grandfather went around and went to all these different distilleries and got them back up and running. And just the families and the lineage that we have in Kentucky is why that people think of Kentucky with bourbon. Even our distiller at Limestone Branch, our head distiller, and I would call him master distiller. I'm master distiller emeritus now. But anyway, our master at Yellowstone was Eric Downs. Well, his family's been in the bourbon industry for generations, with different aspects of different distilleries around Kentucky. And I think that's a very special thing that Kentucky has with bourbon. Of course, we're the birthplace of bourbon.
It's a unique story, like you guys were saying earlier. It's I think it was Stephen was saying it's kind of a tight knit community. There's really no competition, if you will.
No,
We've talked about this on the show before, like when Heaven Hill, when the Rick House is burnt, and they needed this, I think it was bean. I'm sorry. Was it turkey that let them
actually,
distill up
bean,
there, or
turkey, all of them said,
love them
Beam,
did?
everybody
whatever
did.
you need,
Yeah.
we will help you.
And that's something that's pretty rare that you wouldn't find in a lot of industries.
No,
You know,
I think our industry is so unique because from my grandfather's notes, I look in there and it says, call Mr. Sherman, on Monday. We still call Mr. Sherman.
On
Although
Monday.
I'm calling Mr. Sherman, my grandfather's grandson, because the Sherman still makes stills.
Hmm.
And the
Vendome.
the Busicks still build warehouses,
Rick houses.
brick houses. So, I don't think there's another industry in the U.S. that connects generations where families continue to work with each other to produce a product that is uniquely American. And I think that is a really just a testament to bourbon in general, specifically Kentucky bourbon, and specifically Yellowstone.
Ha!
you
There
were
we
just
go.
waiting. You were just waiting, Fante,
Steve was
weren't
just
you?
sitting there on the edge of his seat. He was waiting for that.
Have
Can you
to
believe
keep
it?
that in. But
It's a
it is, and the Bean name and the Bean distilleries I think, are like the second oldest. If you take away Prohibition, which was not our fault, we had nothing to do with that. But take away Prohibition, the longest continuously running family in the business in the U.S.
The first family of bourbon distilling is the Beam family.
Yeah.
God bless Yellowstone.
Cheers.
Hey, and we appreciate your attention to this matter.
Hey, a dog barked.
The dog bark.
Hey!
There we go. We got a double.
Get him, Louie.
I've had this air conditioner running in here all day to try to keep it cooled off, and now I've drank enough damn whiskey. I'm sweating.
That is why I'm in Mexico, and I have friends down visiting me right now, and she was like, "Are you kidding me? Mexico in August? I can't think of a worse place to be." It's like,
Oh,
no. I'm in Jalisco, which is
Up in the high
5,000
altitudes.
5,000 feet, almost the same as Denver.
Better than Michigan.
Yeah. We have a, 10-degree, not even 10-degree difference. So the lows are like 64 to 66 at night. High today was 82. It was kind of hot. 78 to 82 is our temperature in the daytime. So, yeah, that's why I'm here.
Dan Chop wants to know what flavor of Yellowstone are you drinking tonight?
yeah,
Okay,
there we go.
look at you guys.
And I'll tell you, these 7-year picks have been very popular around here locally. I mean, we've got one of our uh, uh, liquor stores that we work with out of Memphis called Buster's. You probably are familiar with them, Stephen. And
If
they've got
not,
a
just do this.
just do this, yeah. And
Buster's.
Josh is listening, so I'm telling him, hey, you go by Buster's. They got 2 locations. They have a pick available right now, and it is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is a very nice. I think it's 118 proof. It is beautiful.
So this is in Arkansas.
No,
Is it
that
in
was in Tennessee, but
No,
They're in
but
Memphis.
yeah,
Buster's is in Memphis.
but
Memphis? Oh,
Yeah.
that's B&T distribution back in the day.
yeah,
Paul Lucchese.
yeah. But I stand by any of our barrel picks. I think we have some of the best barrel picks in the country. And we did the 250th anniversary barrel pick this year, and we've got a great barrel pick program coming. Say that fast, right? Barrel pick program.
10 times fast, yeah.
After a few Yellowstones. Cheers.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
starting to just fake it now.
Yeah, yeah.
I need, I need to drink like
You can
this
make
so they don't see what it's. Yeah,
H2O.
I'm hydrating and inebriating.
Hydration. Fante will tell you.
It's the key to
hydration is the
success.
key to success.
So, Stephen, we
Yeah.
know about the picks that we looked at right now, the bottles that we kind of see on the shelves. But is there a bottle of Yellowstone that did not get enough respect, or did not get nearly the respect or attention that it deserved? Is there something out there that had seen, or that's available right now that people should know about?
Honestly, I would say any of our limited editions. I don't understand why, but they always kind of get slighted. And when you look at the reviews, they are always fantastic. The one out right now, which is finished in port cask, is fantastic. It gets great reviews.
Is
And
that the
I don't
14?
understand why there are even still bottles on the shelf. Don't even understand it. People chase things that are crazy that they can't get, and this is available.
Tawny and Ruby Port Catfish.
Tawny and Ruby Port. So I did
Yeah.
some in Tawny, some in Ruby, and when you pull the cork off of that bottle,
Get yourself a Maduro cigar.
yeah, blackberry, it's fantastic. Got great reviews. Look at the reviews, and like I said, it just doesn't get the love that it deserves.
Why?
But
Why do you think that is? I mean, Stephen, you're out on the road a lot. You're talking
Mhm.
to the people. Is there? Can you surmise a reason why that particular uh, product you just don't think it? Why it didn't go over? Was it the public just wasn't into that at the time, or what do you think?
It's a funny story that we've been around since 1872 and never off the shelf, but yet never recognized. So many people have not understood in this generation what this brand is and why it's not on the back bar of every bar in America blows my mind. It, you look up there and you see your Woodfords and you see your makers and you see these guys, and why is that not right next to everything else?
especially this bottle.
Recollection, right in his hand, right there.
Yep.
It's the most fantastic bourbon that I've ever tasted in my life. Right there. It's an 8-year-old.
And you can go
And
out now and buy it. You
yes,
go right out and buy it.
most beautiful back bottle of yesteryear there is. And last night I was with the Black Bourbon Guild and we tasted that, and everybody in the house was like, holy shit, this is incredible.
Hmm.
When you put it
Yeah.
on their
We
lips,
didn't say Yellowstone,
it's
but I took a drink anyway.
Yellowstone. God bless you. When you put it past the lips, that's the true test.
Yeah.
And when people come back and go, oh my gosh, well, that's what you've got in that bottle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the limited edition this year, of course, the barrel picks have been fantastic, especially this year with the 250th anniversary. And people who know, and it's just there are so many brands out there now.
That's where it's happening right there. That's
it
your
is
answer.
hard.
There's so many brands out there, people are getting confused.
Yeah, it is very difficult. But I am happy to say, Yellowstone, we're doing great. We've been around, and one of the things when I first started in the distilling business, because I know our family's been doing this since the beginning. So you have ups and you have downs. You have people who come in, you have people to go out. But we make bourbon every day. That's what we do. When bourbon's good and when bourbon's, not the best, not the one favor of the day, we still make bourbon. That is what our family does. And we will continue to do that. I'm 7th generation, and hopefully 7 generations from now, we'll still be talking about that.
7 generations from now, I got a feeling none of us are going to be talking about it personally.
I'll be in that whiskey decanter in ashes.
You'll be in the
Yeah.
Oscar Getz Museum right next to that that jug of
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. One
Yellowstone.
of the questions I just pulled out of my ass here while y'all were talking, and you held up that beautiful Steve. Hold up that beautiful bottle again with all the
Yes.
that is a beautiful bottle. Let me ask a off the wall question here. So Yellowstone is a national park, right? The first
Correct.
national park, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Although there was a lobby way back then to actually make Hot Springs, Arkansas, a national park before Yellowstone. I don't know if you guys knew that or not,
That's a
but
fantastic thing.
Yellowstone, and you see, I'm saying this, and y'all are not pulling the glass up. Became the first national park, and I think Hot Springs became like a national reservation before they became a national park. Was there some sort of copyright rules or laws or some kind of crap y'all had to go through to actually show that the river there at Yellowstone on your
We are
bottle?
talking about 1872.
Yeah,
So
there
that's
was no
Okay.
regulations. There's no
there,
paperwork.
there were no
You did what you wanted, and you shot the people that hated you.
kind of like Yellowstone today, but on the movie show. But anyway, but
Ah.
no. So we have been around. I don't think people realize that we have been around since 1872. The distillery,
Uninterrupted.
right, was older than that. We are the
Hmm.
second oldest continuously sold bourbon in the country by just a minute, and that I think speaks for the strength of the name and the strength of our quality. You know, people taste the Yellowstones from the 1960s and 70s now, and they're like, oh my God,
Yes,
this
they
is
do.
fantastic. And at the time, it was the regular bourbon. I mean, it was a, true Kentucky bourbon, but it was a 6-year-old bourbon.
Mid shelf.
And it was just what was expected. Now it's fantastic. And yeah, we did say Yellowstone and not drink it.
Damn it.
Now let's clarify this.
Slacking there.
You can drink anytime you want.
Mhm.
It's just when Yellowstone is said, that is when you're supposed to drink again. Okay.
So,
Ooh,
but
good
I
thing.
am
Good thing I
honored,
ate earlier.
truly honored
I'm doing this.
to
I'm
be
listening to you guys, and I'm
to
fixing
be the
IT problems
steward
with
for the
people who can't
brand
log
at
into the
this
show.
moment in time. I've been able to bring us through our 150th anniversary. Yellowstone was the best-selling whiskey in Kentucky in the 1960s and 70s. A third of all the bourbon sold in Kentucky was Yellowstone, and I'm honored to bring it back into the limelight, to say, at this moment in time.
You know what I like to say? It's not your daddy's Yellowstone. It's not your granddaddy's Yellowstone. It's your great grandfather's Yellowstone. This that we're producing today
You're gonna have
is
to stop
truly
saying
special.
Yellowstone.
Hey, it's my line.
It's a man
That's
loves
like
that.
4 times in a row, Fante.
Does he always do this to you,
He
Steve?
does.
He's just
You
he's
can't take him anywhere.
he's just an instigator.
Even
I
at the
can
Red
tell
Roof
right now.
Inn.
Okay, so what happened at the Red Roof Inn? Go ahead, tell us what
Oh,
happened.
it was a blast. I took his brother Paul to the Red Roof Inn. I
Oh,
don't think he'd ever been in a motel. We was up
La
on the hill.
Quinta.
No,
Quinta.
no, I'm talking about the Red Roof Inn in Chattanooga. This
Oh,
one
okay.
was great. This was awesome. He's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm bringing my chair out from the office area in your yeah." Red Roof Inns have this little office area, and you sit down at your desk and you do your paperwork. No, I pulled it out onto the patio, and I said, "Come on out, Paul. I got cocktails." How'd you do that? I said, "I always bring a cocktail kit with me. Let's have some old fashions out here on the patio, looking out over Chattanooga." And yeah, we're looking out over the Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Excuse me,
I
gentlemen.
booked a hotel in Chattanooga
I've
that
got
looks
to
over
get
the
a
river.
water. I got to get a water before, with all these Yellowstone. It's like Beetlejuice.
Stop
Yeah.
already.
I love it.
So
But
yeah, Paul and I stayed at the Red Roof Inn
yeah,
because I had to
we
stay at the Red Roof Inn. So by
we
gosh, he's gonna have to stay at the Red Roof Inn if I have to
we
stay there every second night, a free night stay. Go ahead, Steve.
we do not have enough time to talk about the La Quinta. One of these days, we'll have to. There'd be a whole.
You gotta get us on the porch for that
La
one.
Quinta. Yeah. But
Are you
anyway,
saying some of the best drinking nights happen at a hotel or a motel? Because
Motel. There was never a hotel in our
oh,
vocabulary. We were building a brand, son.
motel.
Motel.
Did
motel.
they leave the lights on for you? That's just all
They
Never,
what I want
because
to
there
know.
was roaches in them.
I actually
Well,
had cocktails last night with Jason Cooper. It's watching his show tonight in the hotel lobby.
All right.
You had a lobby.
Actually,
You weren't in a motel. If you had a lobby,
no,
you didn't
no,
have.
no.
yeah,
That's
we
true. If you had a lobby, you weren't in no motel.
well we when we take the wives, we got Hilton women. You know what I mean? Hilton girls. So
Yeah.
You got to stay at a Hilton or a Hampton or something
Well,
and then we can go down to the lobby and drink in the lobby. Typically, if you
we're pretty
offer the
much
person at the front desk a drink, you can do whatever you want.
we're
Just
pretty
That's
much a
true.
Marriott, but I stay at Hilton too. I'm
oh
an
yeah, I do
equal
too. I say it
opportunity
both.
employer. So
Yeah, Bon Void a whole bit. Yeah.
Bon boy.
So,
Uh,
and Navon.
so, so
Don't start with that Nevada stuff.
what's in the future for Yellowstone? Any any any?
Spectacular things,
Well, tell us
Stephen.
about them, Stephen. Tell us.
Is
Spectacular things, Steve.
we've got some wonderful programs coming up. I'm really excited about it. It's like I said, it's a great time for me to be involved with Yellowstone, Fante to be involved with Yellowstone, because we've had some management changes. The whole bourbon industry is going through a lot of upheaval and changes.
yeah.
But I am really happy to say that Yellowstone is as stronger now than we've ever been, and we're able to really work on through our partnerships, which is really we haven't talked about that at all tonight. But our partnerships with Luxco and MGP, those partnerships allow us to bat way above our weight. For just this tiny little story in Lebanon, Kentucky, to be able to be nationally and worldwide distributed, it speaks volumes, and that would not happen if we were not a part of Luxco and MGP. And our partners allow us great
Latitude.
latitude. There you go. Longitude, latitude, yeah,
I'm all
latitude.
about it.
But great latitude, and again, just very happy to be with the brand at this time. And I think we're, the Yellowstone brand. I have to have another drink though.
I tell you what, the thing that I've been surprised with, everybody's been doing, trying to get into the ready to drink market. And when they do it, sometimes they do it and it's a fail. And I have not found, you guys got an espresso. I've got the Gold Rush. He's got the old fashioned going there.
And I've got nothing.
And you got nothing. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to
You
Oh
look
got
yeah,
it up. But
Yellowstone.
I didn't get
these
on the. I didn't get
these
on
right
the
here
in
are
the
great.
memo.
These
You
are
know,
great. Right out of the right out of the can. They're just
they
perfect in the summertime.
they are fantastic. I think our ready to pours are one of the best in the
Huh.
industry. I really do. Of course, I'm biased, but it is.
No, it's
And,
No, you're not.
and this old fashioned is. I have old fashions all around the world because every time I go into a bar, they're having a drink, have an old fashioned, have old fashions all around the world, and this is at least as good as 75% of the old fashions that I get in the cocktail. Add a cherry and some orange lime, you're good.
yeah,
And the thing about it is, we're in aluminum packaging. You can take it where you can't take glass. We take it in a backpack, enjoy it in the park or any park, and it's fantastic. And the espresso martini,
Stupid good.
Oh,
awesome.
I
My
had it
brother's
today. I
my
had it
brother
yesterday.
has it in his coffee shop.
Yeah, and it's made with actual cold brew coffee, not flavorings. It's actually cold brew coffee.
The real deal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try one of these. I've never tried
What?
Why
one.
haven't you? My God,
What? Don't make
Well,
me
You
come
know,
all the way over there.
look,
it's
he lives
I
in a
live in a
dry
dry
county.
county. I live in a
it
dry county.
As you
it's
can see from behind him, he never is
Excuses.
able to find any
right
That's the
bourbon.
reason. That's the reason why it's dry.
because you bought all of it.
He bought it all.
So no, but
But
I'm really, really proud of our ready to pours. We call them ready to pours because you have to remember this is not a single serving.
No, it is not.
Really?
No,
Oh my god!
It's multiple cocktails.
You may be tempted, but it is 8 to 12 cocktails. So
Cooper, Jason Cooper, he's the one I drank with last night at the Hilton Hilton Garden Inn in beautiful downtown Conway, Arkansas. He
okay,
says need some of those. Yeah, you do, Jason. Pick some up from Buster's next Wednesday. If you're in Conway, we'll go sit at the set around. Hopefully, we could sit around the swimming pool if it wasn't 105 degrees and
you
have
the
a
should be
water
cold
in the
toilet.
cocktail
pool. You should be
How
in the pool
in the pool
with a
drinking
cocktail,
cocktails. That might work.
preferably a Yellowstone cocktail.
There you go.
far away is Conway from Fort Smith?
An hour and a half, maybe.
That's where we
About
used to sell the cattle from the ranch in Tahlequah. We would bring the cattle
Alcoa,
down to Fort
Oklahoma.
Smith and sell all our cattle at the sale barn in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And now, where were you from originally at this time when this was going on?
Mama was from Oklahoma. Daddy was from Kentucky. She
Okay, and
came
where
to
were you
Kentucky.
living?
I
And
was
y'all,
living on a ranch in Tahlequah, Oklahoma
okay,
during the
because
winter.
I was wondering how you got all those head of cattle from Kentucky to Fort Smith.
We did it in a trailer that had no tags, and we did it on gravel roads from Tahlequah to Fort Smith. And you could not find your way there unless you knew your way there because there were no road signs. It was gravel all the way. And my uncle would take that path because he didn't want to license his trailer. And we'd sell at Fort Smith. And then we'd go back to the ranch and have a big night and lots of steaks and because he just sold a bunch of cows.
Yeah, he made a lot of money that day, didn't he?
He did.
And then y'all would sit around and drink Yellowstone.
Well, at that time I was 15, so I wasn't drinking Yellowstone. I was riding a
Yeah.
mule to check cows.
Maybe drinking some knee-high crepe or something.
It was
Oh.
Coors Banquet beer, and don't tell my aunt about it because she was pissed that we filled the entire back of the truck up with Coors Banquet at 15.
Because back then, and I have no idea how old you are, and I don't know when the laws changed, but at one time you couldn't get Coors
Oh,
east of what was it, Arkansas or Oklahoma, Texas. They
Back
made a whole
Coors
damn.
was that deal.
They
It was
made a
all about
whole
it.
damn. They made a whole damn movie about that in
Hmm
1977 to 78 called
Driving a Trans
Smokey
Am
and the Bandit. One of the
because
best movies.
ever.
Kentucky Coors. When I was in high school, I mean that was like, wow, you got
I still
Coors?
drink it.
No, it was brought over by Smokey and the Bandit for sure. But bringing it back to Yellowstone.
Time.
Well,
And speaking of Yellowstone, I've moved on to an old 6-year pick that you guys used to do in the old bottles, which you have told me these are the bottles you'd like to go back to. Am I wrong in that?
No, that is it.
I think
She's
it's a beautiful
beauty.
bottle.
She's
which
absolutely
one?
beautiful.
Which one is that, Roger? Hold it up. Hold on. I'm gonna highlight you, Roger.
It
That's
is a
gorgeous.
it's a pick that we did, or they did at Wine Merchant in St. Louis, Missouri. It's a 6-year, and they call it coin toss because they had two other options that they were trying to choose from, and nobody could do a consensus. So we tossed a coin, and this one won.
Hmm.
This is my third and last bottle of this.
And it was
Oh,
a
look,
limestone branch coin that I presented them that we tossed because, why not?
yeah,
If
why
it's so
not?
close, you can't decide. I'll sell you both. And they decided they didn't have enough money for both, so they chose coin
No,
toss.
the wine and cheese place they would have bought. They bought three.
They bought everything.
They bought everything.
They
Yeah.
got less cheese and more wine.
Exactly, and more
Well,
bourbon.
not really wine. It's kind of like high wine.
It's mainly bourbon. And then they've got a deli.
Mainly
They got a
Yellowstone
deli
bourbon.
in there too.
Oh
Yellowstone.
yeah,
You,
you can
you were
collect
sitting there
that
talking
shit
about a
now.
coin. I collect hat pins. I need a Yellowstone hat pin. I don't have a
I got
Yellowstone hat pin.
tons of pins that I can send you. Why
I've
haven't you reached
never
out?
been because I just now
Pin,
thought of it. I just now
pin.
thought of it.
But what kind of
Well,
hat pin are you talking about?
Like
I
a
mean,
pin that goes on your hat, I
the
don't know.
Y, the
Have
little
you
I'm thinking
Y.
hat pin is like a little,
Nah,
like a
Oh
long
no,
pin
no,
that comes
a
we
through.
lapel pin that we wear
a
on our
lapel
hat?
pin, the
okay.
Y, the
We
actual branding iron brand of
Yeah.
Yellowstone.
yeah,
So
That's
and
right.
we've been wearing a
we got
lot of these, and
We got plenty
the
of them. I'll
we
but
send
the
them
have
to you.
glue
several different varieties.
And message
the
me
Well,
glue in
later.
yeah,
there is. I wanted to give you guys.
we want to support
Ha-
Yellowstone on our heads.
We didn't drink Yellowstone, but Yellowstone,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I wanted also while you guys are on, I wanted to also throw out a toast to our co-host who probably can't isn't joining us tonight
Yeah,
because he's
I
having
haven't seen him online.
no Will for all of our listeners. Will's had a rough go this round of chemo, and
Ooh.
so everybody just say a little prayer for him. It's kind of catching up with him. The colon surgery and the having the combination of that and everything else. So we just want to say hi, and the show is not the same without you, Will. But everybody, Yellowstone, and this is the
Yep.
Will.
Yellowstone to Will.
Yeah,
Some of Will's favorite pours are Yellowstone. I said it twice now.
Thank
yes, you
you,
did.
Will
Will. So that's twice.
will kick its ass.
Had to drink it twice.
Yeah, this is round two for him,
But
unfortunately, and
I tell you what, for any of your listeners, if you email Fante, he will send you a Yellowstone hat pin.
Hold on now. Are you saying, Steve, that you want me to put out Fonte's personal email so
I'm just saying,
everybody can
no,
get a
no,
hat
no,
pin?
no. They'll send it to you, and then you can send it to
Oh,
Fonte.
Yeah,
oh,
you
okay.
collect the data, and
okay.
then
I
I'll have
got
Fonte
you.
will send it out. But,
Thomas from the distillery send it to you.
but we
Okay.
will
That makes
send
more
out
sense.
a hat pin to anybody who's watching
Yeah,
tonight.
Okay.
yeah,
So
we got
Or
plenty.
Yellowstone.
let me do
The
this.
Y.
I think I can do this right here, right now. Just let me see. Uh y'all are catching me here at the spur of the
Yeah,
moment,
we
but I
got some
think
other
I can
shows
do
on
it.
here. We got Beach Sand Bourbon is on tonight. Listening.
Loving it.
Um, he is great. A lot of fun. A
Has
lot
he
of
been
fun
to
people in
Yellowstone
this.
yet?
I don't know that he has.
Has he
I
We'll
been
want
to
find
to
out if he
Limestone
has.
Branch Distillery?
I want to go
We
to
have been there.
Yellowstone.
I'm just saying, if you haven't been to Limestone Branch Distillery, you suck. You
There you
better
go,
get
Beach
there.
Sand. You got to get there, brother. So we got Show Me the Proof here tonight. We got
Okay.
Horses,
Martin, of
paddle
course.
fans, and puppies.
Look here, folks. If you just hit right now in the comments hashtag hat pin, it will send it to me,
And I'll pick up however many you got,
and then
send them to
I
him.
get you. And then you guys will have to try to figure out how to meet up with me, and I get you your hat pin.
We'll get
No,
you. We'll get you
have
your
you
hat.
guys have you guys ever thought about doing a commercial at Yellowstone, right in front of the river there, the Yellowstone River?
Caldera,
Yeah.
What is that
Well,
called there? It's got a
you have
name, right?
the lower
the
falls.
falls.
And you
Yeah.
have Old Faithful. Yeah.
Have y'all thought about that? Doing a
Well,
He's
commercial
never
there?
there's a
taken me to
lot.
Yellowstone.
There is a lot of legal shit that you have to go through.
Yeah, he took a
And
helicopter across
yeah,
Yellowstone National Park. Yeah,
I
he's
did that.
talking about legal stuff. Yeah, he took a balloon across Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Yeah. We
I
said
hadn't
Yellowstone.
either.
We
You know,
said Yellowstone. If you
I don't know
have
about you,
not,
but
That's
I
17
will
times
say,
we said Yellowstone.
Bourbon
have
Legends
not
road
been to
trip with
Yellowstone Park.
Stephen Fonte to get into Yellowstone.
I
I
will
can
tell
see it
y'all
now.
this.
They
We'll
won't
drive
let
We,
across
me in. They
Oklahoma.
won't let me in the park.
We'll drive
I
across
will
Oklahoma and find every gravel road across Oklahoma.
We
I
could
will
do
tell
that, and we
you.
won't have to have a license tag.
No license tag. And we'll get on out there. We'll take him out there, and it'll be like Shazam. And then he'll be
I'm
like,
just going to say this right now. I love your packaging. I love your, the falls, but now I think you should do like a commemorative bottle with Old Faithful.
We
I think
have
you.
done we've done Old Faithful, and it was done in the early 1990s. And I'm not going to say who it was, but there was a master. He wasn't a master distiller then. Young person who worked for United Distillers, and he was involved with bringing Yellowstone over in the purchase, because Yellowstone was sold from you can't even keep up with the Yellowstone.
No, this is really
no.
special.
But so he was involved with transitioning the Yellowstone from the Thompson family to United Distillers. And so in that process, they were sending Yellowstone with Old Faithful to Japan. And Old Faithful, unfortunately, looks a
Looks like
lot
a
like
big
a bomb. Not a great thing
thing
to
to send to Japan.
I'm just saying.
Not from the U.S.
It did not work.
No.
You mean it might have looked a little bit like Hiroshima? What?
It might have,
Could have
maybe.
been close.
Well, did you guys see that on the news? I don't know. It was a couple of weeks ago where somebody up in Yellowstone, some old man was sitting there watching the buffalo or
Oh,
whatever,
I
and that
saw
some
that.
bitch
My
got him.
God.
I mean, I think you should do a commemorative bottle of that. A bison. Of course, you might get sued by Buffalo Trace
There you
using a
go.
bison, but
There you go.
We
Use
cannot do Sazerac stuff.
bison.
Nope,
Yeah, Sazerac
not
will
Buffalo,
never
happening.
do it.
bison. You
But
can.
this is true. We will be carrying Freddie's root beer, I think, in the very near future,
what?
because that's
Get
for a good cause, a
get the
really
hell
good
out! Y'all
cause.
are gonna.
Oh,
Hey, Freddie's root beer is great. I know Josh Hammond is watching the show right now. He's the owner of Buster's. They're in Memphis. Freddie was there this weekend. I was in Kansas City, and we contemplated driving from Kansas City all the way to Memphis just to meet Freddie.
Yeah,
And
Well, it would have been a good drive.
it would have been.
it would have been, except I had puked 19 times
Freddie did
on.
not want to meet you.
No,
no, he
no,
did not.
Fred. But
Clean up first.
Yeah. I will
trust me. Hey,
say we need a Yellowstone here.
Oh, we do.
Yellowstone.
Definitely do. Coin toss is good. I'm
Listen,
telling you.
Okay, you go on.
I've got two things to say here that are record breaking. Okay, first of all, I'm pretty sure that no guest nor Roger and I have said the word of the night, the drinking word of the night, as many times as we've said Yellowstone tonight.
No, it's a record.
I don't think this is a record that'll never probably be broken. And the
We
other
we had
record breaking thing was I'm pretty sure I hold the record for puking 9 times at Ben Holiday Distillery's bathroom. I don't think anybody has puked there more than me.
When we were when I was actually actively managing the front end of the house at Limestone Branch of the distillery, it was like, give me every bachelor party you got.
Yeah,
No problem.
no problem.
I do not want a bachelorette party.
Red.
no.
They are the ones
They'll tear the
who
place
puke in the
down.
bathroom. And they have the princess and the tiara, whatever. Yeah. So
Or the
anyway.
lifesaver stuck to the shirt. That's always my favorite.
That's like, Fante, you didn't get in in time. I don't think where I'm a professional Santa Claus.
Oh,
Yeah, he was not
Been doing
here.
it. Been doing it 24 years. I'm in the Santa Claus Hall of Fame, blah, blah, whatever. But talking about bachelorette party, yeah, you don't want to deal with them. I came home smelling like a French whore. I
No.
had every I had every flavor of perfume
Perfume.
on and cigarettes. I smelled like every kind of cigarette you wouldn't imagine. Winston Salem's, Marlboros, you name it. Everyone had a different one. I said, "Damn, I can't do this anymore." I had to cut out the bachelorette parties.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Okay.
was
I
bad.
told you, I grew this beautiful white beard, but I can't grow it because as soon as I grow it, I'm going down, the aisle in Target or Walmart or wherever, and like the mothers are like, there's Santa Claus. It's like,
Uh,
You wouldn't believe how many middle aged men get off on that so bad. I mean, I could tell you stories. Trust
no,
me.
I'm like,
But we're
I
not
would
gonna go.
be
We're not gonna go there.
Not going
no,
down
no,
the Santa route tonight. That's
I would
out.
be bad Santa. Let me tell you.
Look here, beach and bourbon, beaches, beach. I've never. Somebody help me out
You
here.
said
Shit,
Beef, sand,
11
bourbon.
different bottles of bourbon.
is
I
this?
Do
love
we
it.
Well,
do we have
well
to
the thing.
say Yellowstone 11
11
times?
times. I can't
No,
do it.
no,
I'm
I
going
can't
to
even.
the water for the toast.
I can't even read his name. Is it Beach Sand Bourbon or is it
Beef, sand,
Beaches
bourbon.
and
Yeah, beef.
Bourbon?
Beef sand bourbon.
You
Beaches
sure it's
and
not
bourbon.
Well,
beaches and
Beaches
bourbon?
and bourbon.
well, thank
Nope,
you. We
it's
we
beef, sand,
appreciate
I
bourbon.
it.
think that's awesome. Where's
It's
We
your
on
beach
appreciate
YouTube.
at?
it, and the parks appreciate it because of people who buy bottles in
Yes.
Yellowstone and people like him or her that or them, whatever they identify as, whatever. But we have donated over $1 million to the National Parks Conservation Association.
That is
So
very commendable.
yeah, so but we couldn't do it without our loyal followers and the people who buy Yellowstone. We do that, and this year we are yeah. I've lost track of the Yellowstones.
Vital ground. So this year, there's only 2,000 grizzly bears left in the lower 48 states. And there is a grizzly bear on the flag of California. And they don't have any in the state of California.
Nope.
The grizzly bears are being shot in their traverse to their hunting grounds. And it's farmers, it's ranchers, and things like that. So what Vital Ground is doing is buying up property all around those areas in order for the grizzly bears to traverse those areas that they normally go through to get to the hunting grounds that sustains them. They're an apex predator. When you lose an apex predator, you lose all sorts of things in the environment that you don't even understand. And so what we're doing is we're supporting Vital Ground to support the grizzly bears to get to their hunting grounds and anywhere they might want to go.
Right.
Stay out of the 7-Eleven.
Right.
Hmm.
And what they're doing is for farmers who lose animals to grizzly bears, they're reimbursing the farmers for
So they don't shoot
the
them.
loss. They're buying those corridors that the grizzly bears migrate through. When you think about it, 2,000 left in the
That's
whole
not
country.
anything.
It's just
Mm.
not a lot.
Is that their only territory? Is in Yellowstone?
No,
No,
no.
they
But
go up into Canada and other places too.
right.
But in America, this is our corridors. Let's not
Hmm.
lose what we have as a precious commodity that will sustain all sorts of different things that we don't even understand.
I know you guys are being sincere about this, but this one's too
Yes.
good not to post. That's our buddy
Well,
Mike Bort. That's our buddy Mike Bortner. He's a. I didn't put the one on there about Santa having to stuff too many stockings. I didn't let that one go by.
I don't have a problem. Grizzlies. They identify as pandas or polars, whatever. That's
Yeah.
their business. Has no effect on me. No effect on my daily life. To
You
each
bears
their
be
own.
bears.
I
Yeah.
was
Bears be
raised
bears.
to,
There's
to
a new
live and
T-shirt
let
for it.
live. In Kentucky, on our state flag, we have a motto: United we stand, divided we fall. And I think that is so true to this day because so many of us have so much in common that we identify with each other that we don't need to worry about the little bit that we disagree with each other.
That's right.
I would
Yeah.
agree.
We all need to go back to the days after 9/11
Yes.
Right.
when everybody just united to be an American.
Yes.
And it didn't matter. It didn't matter about anything else. Martin Cox put a post up here. I'm trying to figure out what the hell this is. Veteran Memorial Highway
That would be
Lebanon.
That
our
is the address
address.
of Yellowstone.
Okay. I was wondering what Martin was putting that on there. I
Thank
don't know.
you, Martin.
Yeah.
Martin's
Yep.
trying to get some hat pins, I think is what
Martin.
Martin's
Torches,
Yeah.
trying to
Martin's
pedal
do.
one has.
fans, and puppies.
He's
But you,
assisting in
you know
doing
what?
our.
One of my favorite quotes of Fante, and there's many, but my favorite is,
Oh, screenshot time. Look.
you're brave. I don't
I
even
ain't
carry cards
scared.
anymore. But
This one's
you know,
Velvet Elvis. It's got the you touch it and it's felt.
yeah, I know
I
that
just
Ooh, I
felt
like
brave.
it.
that.
I just felt it.
Yeah. It's not scratch and smell, but whatever. But
That's what we need. Scratch and sniff cards.
I wonder if we could. I wonder if we could take our cards and soak them in bourbon.
That'd
sounds
If
be
they
good to
would.
me.
great. This one doesn't have any smell. It's just feel. No smell.
Oh, it's feel. It's all the feel sensitivity. Yeah.
Okay, Bortner wants to know. He wants to bring back the grizzly and the gray wolf. What do y'all know about the
Yes.
gray wolf?
I
Yeah,
love them. The national parks brought the wolves back, and it is a great success. And yeah, the wolf in Yellowstone National Park is what I want to go see. If there was anything in the national parks at all that I cared about, it'd be the wolves that they recreated, the apex predator, bringing back the life to the freaking park that had been lost, and most people didn't even understand why so many things weren't functioning anymore. And then the apex predator came back in, and all of a sudden everything is back to normal.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
There's a great documentary on reintroducing the wolf to Yellowstone National Park. A great, it just everything started to become balanced again
Yes.
because it's a great documentary. People should look that up.
I want to get out to Yellowstone. Me and the wife were going to do it a couple
Yellowstone.
of years ago. Shit, I'm
Cheers.
empty right now. I just barely got a little. But
I think at
her
this point
parents were
we can put
old.
water in the glass and start toasting it.
That would, you got enough alcohol in your system. A
Cactus.
little water just
Yellowstone.
thins it out.
Hydration
H2O.
is the key,
We
Monte. I'm
wanted,
telling
we
you.
want, we wanted to go to Yellowstone, but our parents were old. My parents were old, or are old, older if they're watching, seasoned well. But I didn't want to be 48-hour drive, in case something happened. But we had it all planned out, all these hikes, and oh man, it's beautiful. And then the Tetons there. I got to get out there. I
Yeah.
just have to see it.
I will tell people if you've never been to Yellowstone, cheers.
Yeah, I drink water.
If you've never been to Yellowstone, you are missing it. It is like no other place on this planet. The colors, the different things that happen, it is just so unique. And I
You
understand why it is the first national park.
you
You know,
just don't want to be there when the big one goes off.
well, no, I will tell you, I always say because Yellowstone National Park, if people don't really understand what he was talking about, it sits under like this massive volcano. So if this massive volcano ever goes off,
It's history.
we are doomed. But
You might as
I
well
always
drink
say,
all the Yellowstone you can as fast as you can.
yeah,
Because
if
the
it
whole
ever goes
planet's
off,
going to get off its axis.
yeah, I want to be right there because I don't want to live, in
Misery.
yeah, misery.
You
I
would
want to
just
be
rather be
gone.
vaporized,
Okay, I
like
don't know what happened.
like in Pompeii, right?
Right. That's
I
right.
asked everybody if anybody had a question. Now all they want to do is talk about Yellowstone. Look,
God bless them. Yellowstone,
I've been to
Yellowstone,
Grand
Yellowstone.
Tetons, Yellowstone, and
I'm
Glacier National.
sorry.
They're all beautiful.
I I just can't keep up with the Yellowstone.
No, I can't either.
And Bortner says he
I
loves a
give.
good pair of Grand Tetons. So
I've heard of
Whew,
Grand
what a crowd!
Tetons and Glacier. I have not been to Glacier yet, and I've
what?
heard Glacier is fantastic. And that, but that is one of the great things about us donating, the $1 million plus to the National Parks Conservation Association is that it's not only Yellowstone,
It's all
it
of
is
them.
all the national parks, all the national monuments, all under the National Parks program. All of that is where the money goes.
Steve and I
And
went to D.C. together, and I got a chance to actually visit the folks that are doing all this great work. And what an incredible experience. You know, being in our nation's capital and visiting somebody that is not a part of government,
right,
but a part of supporting the national parks,
right,
the oldest entity to support the National Parks Conservancy. And yeah, we're doing things that are more than just selling bourbon. We're doing things that are making an impact on our world.
right,
And I don't come to work every day thinking, oh, great, how it is to sell bourbon. I come to work every day thinking about the local organization that I'm supporting that is giving back to homeless people, that is giving back to this and that. It's more philanthropic at this point in my time period than it is just bourbon. However, as a yeah, it's great damn bourbon.
and one of my favorite. I may have said this before, but one of my favorite quotes with Stephen is, you know, if you have a Yellowstone in one hand and a cigar in the other, you know what you don't have is your freaking phone.
No, no
And
cell
That's
phones.
we
true.
need to get back to connecting with each
Communicating.
other as an individual.
That you know
Like,
what that is very true. We have gotten to where we're so dependent on on cell phones and technology. We need to go back. We need to go back to making moonshine.
and
Now the
Yellowstone,
Josh Hammond. Josh spent some time typing this. He went twice this summer. Yeah, he went to Jackson Hole twice. God's country, so much to do in the summer.
Cousins that live there.
Tetons, geysers, waterfalls,
Animals.
animals. Oh,
Animals.
biking, fishing, hiking, tram vistas, shopping, eating, and the $1 million Cowboy Bar. Well, tell us about that. The $1 million. By the way, we need to get Fante over to Memphis at Buster's.
you
He's
do,
had Freddie. Just
you
listen to
do.
this. Last week
I
alone,
ain't scared of Memphis. I took the Bean
Josh.
Boys down to Elvis's house. We went to Graceland together. We ate some moon pies
If
in
we
front
can
of
get by to
Elvis's
the
house.
Casey's, we can buy
I
it.
can find anything in Memphis. I ain't
Look,
scared.
Josh
I got
had he had one of the moonshiners there on Thursday. He had Craig Beam there Friday.
what?
Sunday,
Craig
yeah,
was there, and he
Craig
didn't
was
Yeah.
there.
invite me.
And then on Sunday he had Freddie. I mean, Jesus, let's get Fonte over there. Hell,
There you
come
go.
Done.
on. Come on,
Just
Josh.
give me the
Jeez.
address,
We
damn
need
it.
some barbecue.
I got it. I got it. I'll send it to you. Yeah, we could
Well,
go eat
he's going to send it to you
barbecue,
because
or
Josh
oh, we
will
could
want
do
you
all
in
kinds of.
that
We
store.
could do all kinds of good
And you
stuff.
know what's not far from there? Little Rock. You're in
Come
Memphis,
on,
you're in
But
Little Rock.
come on.
I did a talk in Little Rock at an outdoor amphitheater that was phenomenal. And my
When
cousins came
when
because we
was
used to sell
this?
cattle there. It was a blast.
When was
yeah,
this?
Uh,
but
Shit, I can't remember, but it was like 4 years, 5 years ago, right about.
Oh, okay.
And
I was
it
gonna say it
was in
wasn't
Fort Smith.
recent. I'd have heard this.
Yeah, I got cousins over there. They came to the talk. They were like, "You're an idiot, but we
Fonte's
love
got
you."
cousins everywhere.
Oh, we
Cousins,
get it.
I was gonna say
14 kids in Mama's family. We were breeders.
Fonte's genes are spread around more than the beams. It sounds like
What?
Well,
About similar.
what? I'm
spread
not going.
around though.
Won't go there.
I was gonna say the beams sound like they were all from Kentucky. The Fontes might be all. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fonte's are they're all.
Italian.
Well,
You know,
actually,
it's the pasta that fell on the wall.
it's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
birds that are all.
The birds, the mamas. Yeah.
Guys, do y'all have anything else you want to talk about before we wrap it up? You've also set a you guys have also set a record for being the longest guest on the
I
show.
can't even believe it.
We
Usually,
apologize,
usually,
but
I'm looking at
no,
my
no, no,
notes here.
absolutely not. I always said, most of the time people want to get off of the damn show. 45 minutes, they're like, I got to go to bed. I
no,
You
mean, you
got
no.
guys have
grizzly
been on
bears.
hour and a
We
half.
just
I mean, we can keep going.
You
we
got
just
grizzly
stay in
bears.
Yellowstone.
You got national parks. You got cocktails that are in a can that you don't have to worry about. That's the most fantastic thing in the world. I keep them in my refrigerator. People stop by all the time for the Little Havana Tasting Bar and Lounge out back. They come by my house as a global brand ambassador. They come out to sit down and smoke cigars and enjoy my time in this crazy little 950 square foot house. Uh, what is your all's problem? Why haven't you been here? And
No,
we're
no, I'm gonna be there
smoking
in
cigars and drinking whiskey out back. And I've just got like 450 different those little paint bottles
I'm
of
gonna
single
be there.
barrels.
Me and the wife are gonna be there in
Oh,
October, but we haven't
the
gotten
And you're
three
not
on
reaching
four.
out. Why aren't you reaching out?
A formal
I put my
invitation
card
yet.
up on the screen.
Jeez, we're still live. I haven't had a chance to screenshot that yet. What are you talking about?
Look at Steve over here. Steve's falling out. He's like, I'll move to Jalisco to get away from all of this. He's like, you're crazy. He's got his Cascade up there. What was that? Cascade? Is that the dishwasher and detergent?
Man, oh
Those are
man.
Chid.
What do
Yeah,
y'all
I
think
tell you
of Buck?
what.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I mean, since we're having such a good time, what the hell? Uh, what do you guys think of Bucky's?
I love it.
Bucky's. Do you like
But I
Bucky's?
can't buy fuel there because it's a corporate card. So I ain't never going to Bucky's again because I can't fill up my car. It's a
Bucky,
corporate card.
but Fonte loves Bucky's. Me is too much.
I agree. So they
You know,
just opened one in Benton, Arkansas, which is about, I don't know,
Oh
45
crap! You're
minutes.
in Benton.
No, I'm not, but Bucky's is
Okay,
20,
okay.
Bucky's is
20
in
I
minutes
Benton.
mean,
from Little Rock, 20 something, 30 minutes from Hot Springs. But that is all they've talked about this week is Bucky's. Bucky's,
Sure.
Bucky's, Bucky's, Bucky's,
yeah.
Bucky's, Bucky's. It's a goddamn gas station.
No, it's not. You can buy a
Bucky's is
cowhide
great.
rug at Bucky's. You can't buy
They
a
are great.
cowhide rug anywhere in the
Great,
United States at a gas station.
great barbecue. Great.
The sandwiches. Louis loves a barbecue sandwich.
Yeah.
My dog, he loves a barbecue sandwich from Bucky's. I'm halfway through it, and I just have to turn it over.
Yeah. Too much.
That's
Honestly, too much for me. If I'm getting gas, I just want to get gas and go.
I can't
right.
get gas.
Well, here's what
Maybe
You
take
can't
it.
buy gas.
no,
I can't buy gas. It's a
Steven
corporate
can't
card.
get gas there because of corporate card. I can't get gas there because some
Fonte can't get
asshole
gas.
is in there buying damn rugs, like you
Right.
said. and they parked where you're getting gas.
Right.
Get your gas and then move out of the way so somebody else can get
Right.
gas.
But on March 19th, on my way to the St. Louis Bourbon Festival, I've had a picture with Bucky every year.
Yeah,
Bucky
Fonte
and
loves
I
it.
have
Yeah.
been in Bucky's every year. It's continuous, and it pops up on my Facebook feed. It's like it's Bucky again.
Let's go back to get off the Bucky train here. So Dan Shaw says, I have my own shelf now of Yellowstone 6-year toasted rum cast straight bourbon, Texas Mart handpicked with a barrel it came in, Gold Rush, Old Fashioned, limited edition, 2002, 2004, 5, and a 7-year.
Well,
He's in,
he
he's
needs
on
to get
acid.
a he
He's
needs
on
to get a
acid.
26. How
Did you
about
guys did you guys pay him to be on the show?
No, he's on acid. He's doing something really special right now, and it
that?
ain't the toast.
No. No. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you've got some great
If you mixed
bourbon
it all
there.
together, I don't know what you get.
The toast.
We lost Steven's audio.
That's Mexico.
He's muted. You muted yourself.
Did you mute yourself, Steve?
He didn't even know it. I can unmute him.
Okay.
Unmuting.
There we go.
There you go, Steve.
There we
There
go.
you go.
I was just saying he had some great choices there. Toasted, fantastic. Bourbon cask, a sleeper. People ask me all the time, what's your favorite bourbon? And I always say it depends on what I'm doing.
Yep.
So like if it's a warm afternoon, I'm having a rum cask or minor case rye because they're fruity and light. You know, if I'm around smoking a cigar, maybe the toasted or the 6-year-old. You know, sipping just around the fire, limited edition. So there's not one bourbon from one particular thing because each one has its own kind of like identity, I think.
That makes sense. Hey, let me ask you guys. We usually do a lightning round, but it's hard to do a lightning round with both of you at the same time. So I'm
Okay.
gonna do like a one little lightning round. If you
Okay.
could not drink Yellowstone bourbon, see what I did there? I said Yellowstone bourbon. What would your guys' pour be? What is the pour that you will always have on hand if you didn't have your Yellowstone?
So for me, you know, I love some MGP high rye bourbon.
Okay.
And you know, MGP, the biggest distillery nobody's ever heard of, but in all the different brands. But their high rye, fantastic. You know, then I'll go to a Four Roses. I like their single barrels, is where they're at, and then if not a Four Roses, maybe Heaven Hill, like Elijah Craig older, and that just so happens to
Remus.
be traces back to the Bean family. So you know, it seems to
Okay.
be, you know, because also some Knob Creek, some of the 12-year-old, you know,
Oh,
it all goes
that
back,
Oh,
that
and I
Knob Creek
can't help it. It all goes back to the Bean family.
Knob Creek 12 is a hard one to beat. I've got them around here somewhere, but
yeah.
I
Well,
don't
the
know
the
where.
the the late
Right.
the great the one that out and everybody's going after right now is the 12-year cast strength
Yeah.
that they
Fantastic.
finally started releasing again.
Yeah.
Stephen, what would yours be?
There's some history in our family that goes back to 8th and Main, and it was given to me by Kyle Ettinger, that is Beverly's son. He is a historian of family history, and it seems like I had a fifth great grandfather, which was a roadhouse manager down at 8th and Main, that had great game kill. And now at 8th and Main, but previously slated for the John Conte Museum, was the Fort Nelson building at 8th and Main, which would have been on the property of my fifth great grandfather. according to records that I have in this desk that I'm sitting at. So if Michter's is now at 8th and Main at the Fort Nelson building, which is the one that our vice president fell through the floor, and we donated the building back to the city. If that's the case, and I've had a lot of Michter's, and I like Michter's a lot. It's a
Like
great,
Michter.
it's a great drink. And
I like Michter's toasted, especially. But
I
you know
never
what?
had the toasted. I just
The
had the
toasted
bourbon.
is good. The 20-year Michter's 20
Yeah,
is fantastic.
I've never been in the building either. That's another thing.
Really?
It's just so odd because of all the history of the family
Yeah.
and of the coffee company that I helped build. I've not been in it, and I need to get down there and take that time and go through the building. The Fort Nelson building is a gorgeous building right on the riverfront, and
Oh yeah.
according to history, my fifth great grandfather had a roadhouse there that had great game kill, and he was
Well,
most populated.
well, I tell you what we're gonna have to do is we'll have to arrange to have a Bourbon Legends meetup. Bring Steve in there. Have him in the
That'd be
line in the
awesome.
morning at Michter's. Get the whatever special they're releasing that day,
Yeah,
and get upstairs to
I
the
guarantee
bar.
you we would be well received because those
Oh,
guys are
I know
just
we would.
awesome. They're
I
awesome.
I
know.
will say I love Joe, who owns McNair's. I can't ever pronounce his last name, but I love Joe. And one of the best bourbons I've ever had was their 20-year-old. And
Oh yeah. The
yeah,
20-year-old is it's really good.
Well, the 10-year
fantastic.
bourbon and rye are
And
amazing.
Michner's, goes back to the beams because Minor Case's nephew, my grandfather's cousin, was a master distiller at Michner's back in Pennsylvania. So it seems to all come back to the beams eventually.
It does. I was going to say, I mean, what would whiskey be like now without the beams?
And
Wine.
Ben Beam,
It'd be wine.
Yeah.
Ben Beam, a cousin of mine, his son works at Michner's now, which is fantastic, I think. And his great grandfather was the Beam who was the master distiller of Michner's. It's insane.
What nationality is Beam? Is
Beam
that German
is
or
German.
Boom.
Boehm
Didn't.
with a double whatever over the
Oopla.
right?
yeah. And when they came to Kentucky, it's like, no, we're not doing that shit. We're just streamline it, BEAM. So
Okay.
yeah. But
Which
Jacob was actually born in Pennsylvania before it was, of course, the United States. But he was born here in the country.
a lot of people don't realize, but whiskey basically was, I don't want to say born, but I mean, it was a Pennsylvania thing first.
It was.
A
Yeah.
lot of the rye and whatnot, especially came out of Pennsylvania ryes and whatnot. So anyway, good
We've had a
show,
lot of
guys.
those
Good
folks on.
show. Anything that you got? I mean, I know Fante's probably ready to go to bed. Steve's ready to go find a damn bar.
No, not really.
I haven't heard the damn cock crow over there yet. I mean,
No,
he said there may be some roosters crowing.
I tell you what, you wait until 4 a.m. and that damn son of a bitch should be crowing until his ass is off.
I got a 20 gauge shotgun for you. I will bring it down there.
I think I could pick it off from the.
What you should do is you
It's a
should pick
tight
it off
pattern.
and then send it to oh shit, that's going to be a good joke, but I can't think of it now. Cox, what's the damn whiskey that's Cox something?
Chicken cock. Chicken cock,
cock.
son.
Right.
I say chicken cock, son. By God.
Son, I said chicken
I
cock.
say.
Stephen does have that voice of
Here's a
Foghorn
picture for you.
Leghorn there.
I tell you, if Foghorn Leghorn
Well, that's the
had a
governor of
baby.
South Carolina.
It'd be Stephen Fante.
Yeah.
God bless
I tell you
America.
what,
God bless
you
America.
you got to go to the governor of South Carolina is Foghorn Leghorn. There is no doubt. You listen to him in his speeches. He is Foghorn Leghorn, but that's a whole
He
nother story.
says,
But
"Son, I
my
Yeah.
say,
son, I
son."
say,
He is
Yeah.
my
I'm in
brother from
charge of
another
this here
mother.
disaster that's going on down
Is
here.
it
It's a disaster.
if
Hey,
Fonte? So if Foghorn Leghorn and P.T. Barnum had a baby, it'd be
Elvis
Stephen Fonte.
Presley's brand rep.
Brand
yeah,
rep.
Fonte,
That'd be
we
Colonel.
bring him into Memphis, yeah, and you could be the colonel. So you see
Let's
my
do
name.
it. I am a
I
colonel.
actually,
For God's sakes, it's right here on the
hey,
wall.
hey, brother, I'm
You
a
are
colonel
Kentucky
too.
Colonel.
I'm a
That's
colonel
right.
too.
Yes,
I'm a colonel too.
the whole family
Colonel
is. You
here.
ever had a family in your life that is my mother, my father, my brothers, all of us are Kentucky colonels. And that's because of that guy in that picture over there that said Stephen Beam. If you don't make me a Kentucky colonel, I'm the last family member that's not. I will kick you right in square. And
Yeah,
he did it. He made it happen.
I
He's
did.
called the Senator Jimmy Higdon. Jimmy,
Jimmy
Stephen
Higgins.
needs to be a Kentucky colonel. He's going to kick me in the bonus.
No, because you deserve it. Because nobody's done more to provoke Kentucky bourbon than Stephen Fonte
It's an
No
honorable
doubt.
title.
Yeah.
It is.
It's an honorable title. It's on my
and and Yellowstone.
It is an honorable title,
my
and
Tundra.
they sure like to send those emails asking for donations too,
They
don't they?
do.
Yeah, well, and it's
Everybody
that's what
wants
it's
money.
about. It's about bringing up all of those different things that need to happen, and you give back to it. And I've made a couple Kentucky colonels since then. Uh, yeah, California colonel is doing great things out there for the bourbon industry.
That's why you've got the
Can you
little
believe it?
goatee.
Can you believe
See,
it's not
that's what I
Harlan
need to do.
Sanders, but it's close.
I
There's
think I
no
need to
chicken
do.
involved.
I think I need to do that. You need to curl your mustache too.
I know it's too
Too
much
much
work.
work. Too much
Too
work.
much work, Steve Beam. Too much work. I love it.
Mine 100% natural. I am not going to put wax or bullshit. No.
Oh, I did. I waxed it up tonight because I was tired of this shit getting in my mouth every time I opened my mouth.
Well,
There you have it.
that is a problem because like draft beer, not mustache friendly.
Yeah,
No,
that's a
hey,
that's a straw.
Steve, you should puke 19 times on a Saturday and see how much gets caught in that shit.
I just shave it all off.
Oh
In
no.
that occasion, I would be 30 years younger.
Oh, Lord. Guys, it's been a freaking blast. We should
Well,
do this
good.
again. We should do this again, but just not even like air the damn thing. We should just get on here and get drunk
Little
and get.
abandoned tasting bar and lounge in the back of my house. You need to come
Yeah.
smoke cigars and drink whiskey
Hey,
with me.
I'm sure you're not
Stay
going to be
right
there
down in the Highlands.
I'm sure you're not going to be there in October, but I will be.
I don't know.
See? Yeah, you'll be all. You'll
Well,
Shoot me
probably
the
be like.
dates.
You'll
give me some
probably be in
highlights. Give some
San
highlights,
Diego or
Stephen, of
something. Shit.
places you're going to be in the next few weeks.
You never know. We're always in different places. It's all good.
I've got Jersey, Pennsylvania, and I can't remember.
Are you in KBF?
Yes, absolutely. We'll be out on the porch, Steve and I, smoking
Yeah.
cigars,
Oh.
entertaining, and our co-sister brands will be there on the same porch doing the
Right.
same thing. You
Well,
get a
that's
chance
2
to
weeks.
come down.
That's 2
And
weeks
if
from now.
you are at
Yeah.
Kentucky Bourbon Festival, please come visit us.
Yes, please come say hello. Tell us who you
Well,
are.
some people didn't get media passes.
Well, I gave a media. No, it wasn't a media pass. It was a master distiller's pass over the fence to somebody that's really prominent in the bourbon industry that they wouldn't let in.
They wouldn't
But
let them in.
we got them in. We got him
It's
in,
like,
and
are
we
you
smoked
kidding me?
cigars
You're
and
not
drank
gonna let him
whiskey.
in?
I just
Do
gave him
you know
Steve
who he
Beam's
is?
pass.
Yeah,
We'll work on it. We'll work on next year,
crazy.
but hey, we'll definitely take you up on coming down and sitting on your back patio.
Anytime.
Is it
That's a
you're in
serious
Lexington,
quote.
right?
No, we're in Louisville.
You're in Louisville. Okay.
Fonte's
Oh man, we
Lexington?
know a lot of
What the
people
hell
in
is
Louisville.
Lexington doing? I was
David
there last
Sherritt
night
and
with the Black Bourbon Guild. We had a blast in Lexington last night.
yeah, David Sherritt. We'll have to bring him over there.
Yeah, we
You
can
know
bring
David?
Bring it.
Shurik over. I mean, I don't know if David can
They
hang
told
out
me
that
I'd
late.
build it and they would come.
Yeah. You know what? That's the problem. That's my wife says build it and they'll come, and I did. Now I can't get
Come on.
rid of people.
Yeah, he can't. Oh, dog.
Gentlemen, what's your dog's name, Stephen?
Louis
Kate,
two licks.
where is
Louis
he?
He
Tulick.
only gives
Okay.
2 licks. Don't ask him for more.
Mm.
And I have char like the barrel char, and case like minor case, and
Good.
Nice.
they're
And I
passed
have
out over on the floor.
and
That's
I have
fast.
one. I have one named Bandit, and he is his real name is the Bandit, just like in Smokey and the
And the
Bandit.
And
bandit.
the bandit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is a bandit too. That son
And
of a bitch. Look here, guys. One time I came home with 4 of the most beautiful ribeye steaks. One for me, my wife, my daughter, and my son. Those damn things were 1.5 inches thick, beautifully marbled. I was going to cook them as soon as the wife got home, right? So I set them out, left them on the bar so that, they'd be
right.
good, ready to go. My wife comes home. She comes in the room. She says, "Why is there only one steak out there?"
One.
I said, "One? That son of a bitch ate 3 big ass ribeyes and then sat there while we were eating dinner and begged for more."
I can't believe he didn't get sick underneath the
No,
table.
he's
Hacking up
he's
a bone, Clark.
he's got iron guts there.
Yeah,
Iron guts.
that dog's not human. I'm telling you, definitely not human.
That's not to
No,
be.
no. All right, gentlemen, thanks for being on the show. It was really an honor. I'm going to say nothing against any of the other 50 or 60 guests we've probably had on this show. But by God, this one's been one of the most fun. I will tell you that.
Well, I'm
Yellowstone.
just gonna say one thing: Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. Because
Yellowstone.
I got
because
nothing left. It's empty.
isn't that honestly what it's about?
Yep.
It's about community, about
Yep.
connecting with people, enjoying your life. Life's too short. It is. It is too short
You're right.
not to enjoy it. And
Amen.
enjoy
Amen,
it
brother.
with a Yellowstone or bourbon, preferably Kentucky bourbon. We have Luxro, we have MGP.
Bring us all together.
Yeah, bring us all together and enjoy your life, and that's what it should be about.
Amen.
Amen.
Guys, if you need a hat pin, Stephen Fonte's got a bunch of them. He said he would get us some.
He does.
If you want to,
I'll
if you
send
want,
them to you.
if you want to hang out in Louisville or Louisville, as some people like to call it, Stephen Fonte, just go back to
Little
like
Havana Tasting Bar and Lounge.
32.22
Cigar.
on the replay and just see where he's got all this information there.
Yeah, it's there.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and Steve Beam, it's good to meet you. Nice to talk to you, guys. We need to do this again sometime. Seriously,
Anytime.
we've had a hell of a good time. I have. I know Roger
I
has
have too.
because I even seen Roger smiling a couple of times. And if
Ha!
Roger smiles, then
Look
you know
at
you're
you,
having a good
Roger.
time.
He's Roger's been awfully quiet.
Well,
Roger,
I have to take this all in. I have to keep myself toned down because my
Arkansas.
dad is watching. I love my
Oh,
dad. 70,
Arkansas. I like that because
77
you're
years
Yeah, that's what
old.
we
And,
always called it. Going over to
Arkansas.
Arkansas to sell some cows.
yep,
yeah. This is
I can't
serious
hide from him.
business,
I'm
and we
I'm
are
on
working.
YouTube's.
We
He
are
tracks me
working.
down.
Somebody has to do it.
Yeah. God bless
Rough
us,
life.
America.
God
God
bless
bless
America.
America.
God bless you. God bless whiskey. And God bless Yellowstone.
We brought it all together. Steven, we'll definitely be in touch with you, probably more than you want us to be in touch
Let's
with you,
get
but
out to
that's okay.
Arkansas and find out how we can stir some shit up.
Damn right, buddy.
Damn right. You come over here, we'll help you stir up
I am in
stuff.
it.
We'll get you in Memphis and stir up some shit and bring you over here.
Well,
Yeah, I can do that
what we
too.
should do is we should bring Fante over to Hot Springs, meet Sam,
Yeah.
Oh,
and then we
and
should go
meet
to
Will.
107 in Little Rock,
Meet
Yes.
Will.
and then we should go to Memphis and meet Josh.
And have a
Yeah.
superstar like on stage thing that I did when I was in Fort Smith. It was crazy.
I
They
think
had a
what you ought to
stage
do.
set
I
up
think
for us
what
to
you ought to
talk.
do
Crazy.
when you get over to Memphis, I think you should dress up like Elvis.
You know, I ain't scared. He is my hero. I just went to the movie. Have you all seen the movie of Elvis?
I haven't seen the new
I
one.
did
No.
it at the IMAX in Louisville, downtown at the Science Center downtown. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
bet
He
it was.
talked the whole time. Elvis talked
It
the
was
whole
called
time.
Epic, right? EPIC.
Yeah,
Elvis
epic.
Presley in concert. Yeah,
It was
I saw the
stupid
first one,
cool.
but
Yeah,
cool.
if you weren't an Elvis fan, you'd been bored to death. But if you had any inclination of liking this guy, you would
Who
be
would
like,
not?
"Holy shit!"
Who would not be an Elvis fan?
I don't understand it.
I don't
I wouldn't
know. My
understand it.
mama
If you
will.
explained it to me, I wouldn't understand it. My grandmother went to 3 of his concerts. Las Vegas. She went to 3 of them. And you got to see him on stage. It was a great concert.
You know,
Just
back
saying.
in the day, back in the early '50s, you know, he made his loops through Arkansas,
I didn't know that.
and he would come through Conway here, where I'm at, 20 miles north of Little Rock, and so my dad is like will be 87 next week. So he was a little older than my dad, but like my dad can remember him coming through here. Conway Twitty, you know Conway Twitty, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Twitty City.
So you know how Conway Twitty got his name? His real
No,
name
I
was
Uh,
don't.
Harold. His real name was Harold Jenkins. He was
right.
born in
Write my phone book.
Friar Point, Mississippi, but then he moved to Helena when he was a kid. When he started making it big, he needed a name because Harold Jenkins is not going to be a
No,
good
it's
name.
not going to happen.
So he pulled out the phone book and he put his finger in the phone book and it came up Conway, Arkansas. That's where I live. So he got Conway from Arkansas and then he got Twitty from Texas. So Conway Twitty. And his drummer, his name was Pork Chop. I'd have to ask my dad, but I know his nickname was Pork Chop something. And my dad remembered him because he's my dad's age. And he said everywhere he went in Conway, he had these drumsticks. He'd beat on every damn thing. He'd beat on the walls. He'd beat on the damn car hood. He'd beat on every goddamn thing.
And make
But
a
that
tune
was,
out of it.
yeah, that was Conway Twitty's drummer. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right,
Yeah.
folks. We're gonna let these
All right.
gentlemen go. I think Steve needs to go drink some more, and Fante probably needs to go to bed.
Yeah.
Let's do it again,
There's
guys.
tequila in Mexico. He's got to go.
Tequila,
Let's
but it's Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Oh, there we go.
God bless y'all.
All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all being on. It's been a hell of a
It's
good
great.
time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Good
Hey,
night.
one last time. Yellowstone.
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 All right. Good night, guys. I'm gonna let you go. Bye-bye. Man, Roger, what a show, dude.
Dude, I'm loving it. I think this is one of the best ones we've had. The only thing that was
Yeah.
missing is our co-host,
Yeah, it will. But you
Will
know what?
Humphrey.
I saw in the comments while we were talking, we now have a co-host.
I know.
Apparently, it's Martin Cox.
Well, he likes boobs, which we don't have any problem with that. And him being a
I
single
like
man,
boobs too.
a
I
seasoned
like boobs
tenured,
too.
he likes boobs. So
I think we need to have a bourbon fest called Bourbon and Boobs. What the hell?
I think we should. I think there
I
is no
think
doubt.
Martin Cox, if you're still watching the show, we need to, since you're going to be the co-host, I think you need to organize this Bourbon and Boobs.
The only problem is,
Bourbon and Boobs 2027.
yeah, the only problem is Steve Beal's going to get a little jealous. he might say that's all a man can take or something like that.
Bert, Martin's in. Beach, beach and bourbon. I agree. Got to send those prayers to Chill Will. I agree.
I
I
agree.
I I have talked to Will every day this week. He really struggled, and he must not be doing good at all tonight because he wasn't even in the background. He was saying earlier that he hoped that he could at least be on here and actually, pushing some links out and stuff. So Will's got to be struggling right now. So yeah, if you guys are, I don't give a shit if you don't believe in prayer. If you believe in good juju or whatever the hell you believe in, whatever you believe in, if you believe in Yellowstone whiskey, Steve's in the background over here. Uh, send that, lift that up for Will because Will needs it right now. He
He
sure
definitely
does.
does.
So, and Will looks forward to this show. He looks forward to being on here and hosting uh, the show. So I know it's a minor thing in the real world of what he's going through, but to him, it's a major thing. And for him to miss it, I know hurts even more. So let's get over this and let's get Will back on the show next week because next week, believe it or not, folks, it's going to be a no show Thursday. And when I say no show Thursday, what I'm talking about is we deliberately chose not to have a guest. So it's kind of like think of this, it's kind of like open mic night, right? So it's going to be us, it's Roger, Will, maybe I hope will be the hosts. And then it's going to be caller driven, right? So like it's going to be up to you guys to carry the show. We'll probably have news and whatnot, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be open mic night, I guess we could say, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So be sure and be here next week for open mic night. Then I'll just give you a prelude to what's coming on. The following week is the day before KBF starts, which is the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. And we're going to have on the guys from Silk Velvet. No, we're going to have Zach Hargis, the owner of Silk Velvet, on. Uh, may have Jacob Call, the master distiller. That's still not set in stone, but that's
Stone.
going to be a good show too. I actually talked to Zach earlier, yesterday actually, and that's going to be a good show. I don't think it'll top tonight's show though, because
No.
like I said, we set a record for how many times the drinking word of the night could be said, and it was good. It
Yeah.
was good tonight.
And I'm going to tell everybody, just remind everybody, tomorrow at about 11 or 12 o'clock, if you have the inclination, go back out and visit the show and please go out and do what we call hype it so that other people can see it and we can get some more subscribers, some more likes for the show, everything else. We appreciate all those. It'll help promote the show to other people. Over the last few weeks, we've done this, and it has really helped out. We've had a couple of shows that were over 500 views, which we're very appreciative of. But we would love
Hmm.
some more subscribers, and we'd love some more likes, and we'd love some more comments letting us know what we can do.
Roger. That is one of the major things, and we're just going to talk shop now because me and Roger do this hell for hours a day talking shop behind the scenes, but we're going to talk it right here out loud. And it's one of the big things we're lacking is comments on our videos. And when you do not comment on the videos, there's all these bots and algorithms and all this crap. And one of the things is comments. So even if you don't really have much to say, just go in there and say, "Great show, guys." And then I'll come back as the Bourbon Legends and I'll say, "Thanks for your support." And the more interaction there is between the viewer and the publisher, the higher up in the rankings you get. So be sure and go to this video tomorrow. Just because you watched it live, go in there and just say something. Say Yellowstone. I don't care. Uh,
Yeah. Beach Sand
But
Bourbon
yeah,
says he's going to be mentioning it tomorrow on his channel. He's trying to get to 1,000. We're trying to get to 1,000
yeah.
so that we can
Well,
avoid
let's
all
do it.
these.
Beach Sand Bourbon. We need to collaborate on this, and we'll share some subscribers.
Yeah, yeah.
Dave Z says, "I just found you guys. How long have you been on?" Well, we started tonight at 8, and it's 10:05 right now. We started this show in June of last 2025. And so what is that, Roger? Just a little over a year,
Yeah, a
two
little over a
months?
year. And we've kind of changed the formats around a little bit. And we've tried to have guests every week. And it's hard to do every week. But we're trying to get guests on. We're trying to get things on there. We're trying to make it a little more interactive with the people that come on and jump on.
Yeah,
So,
when I
Dave,
when I put out there, hey, do y'all have a question? Shoot us a damn question. We'll put it out there
yeah,
if we can. Now, here's the thing, folks. I know a lot of people are like, I put a question, you didn't put it on there. There is a kind of a flow to it, okay? So sometimes you ask a question, if it's not going with the flow of the show, I can't necessarily put it on there. But if I can, I will. I promise. I try to put people on there as much as I can for the questions. So, Beach Sand Bourbon, you want to be a moderator? I can put you on as a moderator. Hold on one
yeah,
second. I got to figure
he's
out how to
gonna
do
he's
this.
gonna make this happen right here and right
I'm going
now,
to make it happen live. See,
live.
what most people don't understand is, for me on this end, not only am I conducting the interviews and whatnot as well, I've got a whole bar over here that's got all kinds of things I have to try to run the show, produce the show with. So a lot of times I don't even see the comments, honestly, because I'm trying to do sound effects or do this or that or something else. But okay,
And
Roger, tell me
you try to pay
how do
attention
I
to
get?
your guests too, and it's hard to do
It's hard
both.
to do. All
And
right,
that's why
Beach
it
Sand
really
Bourbon. You want
does
to
a
be
good
a?
job.
Oh, where is Beach Sand Bourbon? Roger, help me out here. How do I make him a?
Just click
How
on
do I
his
make him?
name and add him as a moderator.
There you go. You're a moderator.
And
I'm sorry.
I've been
I'm
watching
getting
Beach Sand for the
feedback here.
last
So
probably 2 3 months, and he is a very big proponent for a lot of the smaller channels. He understands what we're dealing with. And again, me and Craig are not in here to make $1 million. We're in there to have fun
a
and
million
get people
dollars.
on.
I would just like to make $1. What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, we make $1, we're happy. But our idea is we just want to keep getting guests that we can get. I think we've had some really good guests on the small crafts bourbon scene. Tonight was a really good jump up into the big boy bourbon scene with Limestone, and it, I think it went as good as we can expect. I think it's one of those that it'll get more views later on.
This
We've
was
got
a fun. This was a fun show,
It
Roger.
was
I
a
don't
fun
care.
show.
I had a feeling it was going to be a good show, a fun show. I'll give you guys a little behind the scenes. We were talking to them about what 20 minutes before the show started. I sent Roger a text and I'm like, "This is going to be a fun show."
Yeah,
Is
it's just a lot of fun.
some guests just don't have much of a personality, and some guests have a personality. Some guests have two personalities. Well, these guys were pros at personalities, and it was a fun show. It was a good show. It was an informative show. Didn't have to ask a bunch of questions we've asked a million times, like, what's your mash bill, and what's your favorite barrel that you go to. That shit gets old. We like to do stuff that's cutting edge. I think tonight was cutting edge.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Stephen Fante, as far as a brand ambassador goes, between him and Freddie, it's pretty close as far as those two guys together, and they're great friends, and they represent their brands, and they will do it until they die. And
It's not work for them. It's fun. Damn, Roger had
it's a
a
love
big old
thing.
yawn.
So
James Caldwell, thanks for putting that out there. YouTube.com at beaches and bourbon. Oh man, that's going to be a hard one for me to SI da da da. But
Beach
anyway,
Sand Bourbon.
just go to YouTube and search
You got to
beach
get
sand
you a
bourbon.
bigger screen, brother.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I can read it. It's just like nobody's going to type all that out. You could maybe copy and paste it. I mean, yeah, you could
Just click
maybe
on the
copy and
link.
paste.
It's a link. Click on
Oh,
the
that's a
link.
link.
Yeah. Brother,
Sorry, I
it's a
told
link
you
on
I'm running. I'm
YouTube.
trying to run the show here. I didn't know that was a link that he actually
It's a
put.
link on YouTube. So
Click
just
on the
click on the
goddamn
link.
button. Just click on the damn link. Yeah. Don't listen to me. Listen to Roger. Click on the link.
See, I can
Um,
click on it, Craig. See,
I did
James
not
even
know
knows.
that. See, I did not know that. I'm. This is not usually my job. Stephen and Freddie are both. Yeah, they are. You know what? We're really trying to get Freddie on the show. I'm gonna step it up a little bit, and I'm gonna do what I can. I might make a message to Mr. Fante tomorrow about maybe seeing if he could talk to his buddy.
Even if it's later in the
Come on
year,
the
let's
show.
just get him on here. I'm telling you what.
No, you're gonna want him on the. You're gonna want him on the show when it's you and Will hosting. When I'm out playing Santa Claus.
Exactly when it's
Hell
Christmas.
no. Oh hell no. That ain't gonna work. I'm
Well,
gonna
it
get
might be
Freddie. I
me
want to
and
be in interview Freddie too.
it might be me and Martin and Steve Beal. You know, the assistant manager Steve.
It could be.
You never
It
know.
could be. So here's the thing, guys. The reason why I acted like I was so dumb, other than I am, when I try to click the link, it comes up on the screen. See.
Yep.
All
You
right,
gotta look at it on
We're gonna
YouTube
go
too.
before Roger falls asleep on YouTube.
I'm not falling asleep on YouTube. I
You've
leave
ya-
that for another show that
you've yawned
makes.
3 times now.
Well, they make there's another show out there. I can't help me out, guys. Anybody that knows, there's another show out there that had one of their co-hosts that fell asleep on the show. If they want to post it in here, they can. But I thought it was amusing because sound asleep. But everybody, appreciate you watching tonight. Appreciate you listening. And Craig, stay awake because you get to hit the outro.
Oh yeah, I do have to do that.
I can
No,
do it.
seriously, folks, it's been a good time. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for supporting us. Be sure, like I said, go out, make some comments on this video. That helps. Hop it tomorrow, usually around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Next week, nobody on the show, just us. We're going to have a hell of a good time. I hear maybe the Bourbon Genie might make a appearance, what I'm hearing.
I'm hearing that too.
But the thing is, you got to check out the Facebook page to find out exactly what's on the genie's mind. So, anywho, guys, it's been fun. It's been a great time, and drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Uh, what else, Roger? Be
Um,
legendary.
make sure you continue to be legendary. And if you're in the Memphis area, visit Buster's. If you're in the Little Rock, Hot Springs area, 107 Liquors and Hot Springs, you can go by 5 Star Liquor
Where they
and
still
mention
have
our
that
name.
Yellowstone, they still have Yellowstone 250.
Mm-hmm. And our buddy Josh at both of his stores has got his store pick available, the 7 year store pick, which is
And
fantastic.
coming soon to Buster's will be Stephen Fante. I got a good feeling about this,
Yeah,
Roger.
I have a feeling about that. We're getting Steve
I'm a
Fonte.
matchmaker, so. All right, folks, go out and have a good weekend. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and we'll see you next week at the same time, 8 p.m. Central, for another exciting show. And if it's not exciting, well, we'll talk about boobs with Martin Cox.
Yes.
Look, Martin, I have to, I just had a great segue. I was getting ready to get off of here, and then Martin has to go and write this. And
You
you
can't beat
can't
their
beat
meat.
their meat. He's talking about Buster's, has a meat market, Buster's Butchers. Roger, Dave says you need to turn up your mic because he's hard to hear sometimes.
A
Let me see what your mic is.
little bit tonight.
Hold on, we didn't hear you. What'd you say, Raj?
I muted a little bit tonight. I've been coughing.
Oh, he's been coughing. Sorry, Dave. All right, let's get the hell out of here before the wolves come after us. Bye, everyone. We'll see you guys next week.
Pour one more for the stories we've told of barrels and bottles and whiskey gold. From grain to glass, through fire and flame, every pour's got a legend's name.